Hello बच्चों, welcome to the series of lectures physics. In the last class, we discussed about infinite and semi-infinite line, and we found out the electric field due to these. In today's class, we have also discussed the concept how we find out the value of electric field due to linear charge distribution. And in this case, now we are in position to discuss the electric field due to finite line charge. Means the length of the line is finite in this case, and it is not very much greater than this. So what we have to do in this problem, understand it. We have discussed all these concepts already, and we can refer the previous two videos to understand the concept of linear charge distribution and the methods and approaches that we have taken to find out the value of electric field due to linear charge distribution at some perpendicular distance. Now, this is a finite line, and we have to establish, or we have to find out the values of electric field at a perpendicular distance of OA at this point. What we have given, this is finite, so this last point makes an angle alpha here, and it is the maximum angle because after that there is no point on this line. In the same way, this uppermost point also makes an angle here, and that is beta. So alpha and beta are given to us. And we have to find the value of electric field. So we are known the approach. So what we shall do, first we shall take a small, very small element here, a point element here. And suppose we have placed a charge Q0 here. So what is the length of this? Suppose dx. How it is? X from this reference line, there is a small element dx. So what is the charge on this dx? Charge on this dx is definitely dq. So first, find out the value of electric field due to this point charge dq. And then integrate it for whole the process. That we have already learned in our previous classes. Now see what will happen. Suppose this will apply the force on this Q0 in this direction, and that will denote the value of D, and suppose it makes an angle theta with it. So definitely we have two axes here. One is x and another is y. So if this angle is theta, this angle is also theta. So we have two components. One is dE cos theta here, and another is dE sin theta. So when we write D has two components, D cos theta and D sin theta. And C, this particular length is not equal to this particular length, because we are not here talking about the perpendicular bisector. At any arbitrary point we have to find out. So perpendicular bisector is a special case, is a single case of it. Here we have to find out the value of electric field at any arbitrary point, and in this way this particular distance is not equal to this particular distance. So in this way all these y components will not get cancelled. In case of infinite long charge, these y components were getting cancelled, but in this case, because this length is not equal to this length, so y component is not going to change, and we have to find out the value of x and y both separately. So what is the value of E? When we talk about DE, so DE has two components, EXI. EX is the x component here, plus EYJ, where EX and EY are the magnitude of electric field along x direction and y direction. So if we want to find out the value of net electric field here, how we can find out? DEX and DEY. DEX is the value of a small electric field due to dq in x direction, and DEY is the value of electric field along y direction due to this charge dq, a small charge. So we have to calculate DEX and DEY separately, then we can find out the value of E. So just first see what is this. So E will be integration of DE, that is integration of DEX into I plus integration of DEY into E. In this way we can find out the value of electric field. This equation we have to find out. So now check it separately how we can find out. So DEX, when we talk about DEX, it means DE cos theta. DE cos theta. And before calculating to DE cos theta, first we should consider DE. What is DE? So DE, when we talk about DE equals to K. K means 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. What is the charge on this dq? dq means dq by r square. R square means what? This is x, this is a. So this is under root x square plus a square. So x square plus a square. Here d, what is the value of dq? So we can write it k lambda into dx. Dx means what? Lambda is the charge per unit length, means on unit length charge is lambda, so on dx length charge is lambda into dx by x square plus a square. This is the equation for dE. So now we can calculate. dE cos theta. Now we can calculate dE cos theta. So what is dEx? So what is dEx? dEx equals to dE cos theta. Equals to dE means what? K lambda dx by x square plus a square into cos theta, that is dx. So what is Ex? Integration of dEx means what? Integration of k lambda dx by x square plus a square into cos theta. That we have to find out here, and we all are very much known to it. now write it down. We can see something more. So dEx, here we have written it. And now I am removing it. I am removing it from here because we have less space on board. So ultimately you can see that Ex equals to what? K lambda. Okay, first we have to now also change Ex equal to K lambda, that is out of the integration of dx by x square plus a square into cos theta. Now theta is also a variable and we want to find out the relation in terms of theta. So integration has to be done in theta, but here integration in dx form. So we have to establish a relation between dx and theta. So what is this? In this triangle we can write tan theta. Tan theta equals to x by a. So a tan theta equal to x. Differentiating both sides, what will happen? A sec square theta, and what is the integration of theta? D theta equal to dx. That is the relation we have found out. So now put the value. Of dx in that particular equation. We can find out the value of x. So now it is also a very important steps that you must know. That's why I am enclosing it. So now Ex equals to K lambda integration dx a sec square theta d theta dx equal to n to cos theta by x square means what? A square tan square theta plus a square. So now we can get Ex equals to K lambda A is constant out of integration here. Integration of sec square theta d theta into cos theta is there by a square common tan square theta plus 1. And what is the value of tan square theta plus 1? It is sec square theta. So here we can write Ex equals to K into lambda A by A square. A square is also getting out of relation. Sec square theta d theta into cos theta by sec square theta. Because tan square theta plus 1 equal to sec square theta. So sec square theta get cancelled. A and A bar get cancelled. Now it is a simple integration that you can find out from there. So now it is easy. What is this? What is this? What is this? Ex equals to K lambda by A integration of cos theta d theta, and now the angle will value what is theta. Theta will value from alpha. Alpha is the angle made by this lower point and beta is the upper point. So alpha and beta. But see, below this line we have to move in anti-clockwise direction, and above this line we have to move in clockwise direction. That's why we have to take one of them as negative and another is positive. So we are taking alpha as negative. So what is the integration of cos theta? K lambda by A, we have seen it so many times, sin theta, and theta varies from minus alpha to beta. So Ex equals to what? Ex equals to K lambda by A upper limit sin beta minus lower limit sin minus alpha equals to minus sin alpha. The minus plus then sin alpha. So this is the expression for Ex that we have found out. So this is the expression for Ex. So now I write this equation Ex, and after that we shall calculate dy. So now we are in position to write dx separately and calculate dy. So what is the value of dx? Dx we have calculated. I should write it here. Ex equals to k lambda by a sin alpha plus sin beta. Now it will be separated out. So now calculate Ey. How we can calculate Ey? Ey equals to integration of dey. Dey equals to what? Integration of dey sin theta means what? Dey k lambda by x square plus a square dx, k lambda into dx d cube into sin theta. That is very much clear to us. So now see, we have seen it. Ey equals to what? K lambda integration dx. Dx equal to what? A sec square theta d theta. We have found out it by x square plus a square means a square common, tan square theta plus 1, that is sec square theta into sin theta. So now k lambda a by a square out of integration of sec square theta d theta by tan square theta plus 1 equals to sec square theta, same integration that we have done previously, into sin theta. So now sec square theta get cancelled, 1a cancelled. So Ey equals to what? Ey equals to k lambda by a integration of sin theta d theta and minus alpha to beta. Minus alpha to beta. So what is the integration of sin theta? Integration of sin theta is minus cos theta. So k lambda by a minus cos theta minus alpha to beta. Minus alpha to beta. So now we can write, what we can write? Ey equals to what? K lambda by a, just see, minus cos beta, upper limit minus lower limit. Lower limit means what? Cos minus alpha. Cos minus alpha, cos alpha. So minus plus cos alpha. You can write it simply. So we have found out the value of Ey. Now write here the value of Ey. Write the value of Ey. So we have now got Ex and Ey. So Ey equals to k into lambda by a cos alpha minus cos beta. Cos alpha minus cos beta. So now we have got the x component of electric field and y component of electric field. So what is E? E equals to Ex into I plus Ey into J. This is the equation. Ey. So now E equals to Ex. What is the value of Ex? So mod of E, magnitude of E will be what? Under root Ex square plus Ey square. In this way we can find out the magnitude. And now direction. Suppose this resultant, this is the electric field, and this makes an angle, net electric field. This was the arbitrary point, and net electric field makes an angle phi. Let net electric field makes an angle phi with x-axis. So tan phi equals to what? Mod of Ey by mod of Ex. So this is the direction. Now, if we have given the value alpha and beta, if we are given the value alpha and beta, so we can put the value of alpha and beta here, we can find out Ex and Ey, then we can find out the value of E. Then we can find out the value of magnitude of electric field and the direction of electric field. Now suppose what will happen? Now suppose what will happen? In this way we can find out the value of electric field. Write it down. You can pause the video and now see at a perpendicular bisector. At a perpendicular bisector, how we are able to find out the value of now. See, at perpendicular bisector, what will happen? At perpendicular bisector, this distance is equal to this distance, so this angle equal to this angle means alpha equals to beta. Alpha equals to beta. Put the value here. So Ex equals to k lambda by a into sin alpha plus sin alpha, 2 sin alpha, that is 2k lambda by a into sin alpha, and Ey equals to what? Cos alpha minus cos alpha 0. So at perpendicular bisector, net E equals to 2k lambda by a into sin alpha. This is one of the important equations that we shall be using further also. At perpendicular bisector. So friends, in this way we calculated the electric field due to infinite line charge, finite line charge and semi-infinite line charge also. Infinite line charge we also consider perpendicular bisector. Perpendicular bisector where the electric field, value of electric field E equal to 2k lambda by a sin alpha. So in case of finite line, what you have to do? You have to first find out value of Ex, means x component, value of Ey. You can easily remember it. Find out by putting the value of alpha and beta, find out the value of Ex and Ey, then calculate E, magnitude of E and direction of E, where phi is the angle made by the net electric field with the x-axis. So tan phi equal to Ey by Ex, and in the given situation we can also find out the value at perpendicular bisector, which is 2k lambda by a into sin alpha. So this was the discussion of line charge. Now it was a straight line charge. Now in some next lectures we can see when this line charge is not straight but it is bent. So when you bend it, what can it take? It can take a shape of arc. A line when it is bent, it can take a shape of arc. It can take a shape of semicircle. It can take a complete circle. So in the next lectures we shall devote some time to learn the line charge in bent cases. When line charge is not directly straight, when line charge is bent. So a straight line charge discussion now we are going to finish here. You go and practice is hard as far as you can do it, but in the next lecture we shall learn something new. Till now, stay safe, stay at home and learn. Thank you. very much.